What's up everybody, I'm Duncan Deep and welcome to my Ultimate Guide series. This is a series in which I choose a Pokemon and show you how to use it in singles, VGC, and my own format, which is free-for-alls. Today we're going over Kommo-O, the pseudo-legendary from Pokemon Sun and Moon. Kommo-O is a Pokemon which, while legal in both singles and VGC in the original Sun and Moon games, never really got the chance to shine. It just didn't have the tools it needed, which combined with its subpar typing and, frankly, incredibly weird stat spread, did nothing to help it out, leaving it relegated to a pile of Pokemon that rarely saw usage. There have been some changes in Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, and as a result, many of you have requested a guide to Kommo-O. While he's still not the best Mon in competitive right now, he certainly does have the chance to perform. With the addition of Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, Kommo-O gained a lot of tools. With move tutors, and even more importantly, its new Z move, Clangorous Soul Blaze, it now has the chance to do some real damage. Clangorous Soul Blaze is a Z move that hits the entire opposing field with a power of 185 and then boosts all of Kommo-O's stats by 1. This is great in singles and even better in VGC, and this Omni boost makes him stronger, faster, and bulkier and gives him some real sweeping potential. Unfortunately, despite his moveset being improved by Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, it's still not perfect, and so sets with Kommo-O are a little limited. Starting off with singles, we're going to jump in with a special attacking Clangorous Soul Blaze sweeper set. Soundproof is a fantastic ability, and frankly the only ability I plan on running on any of these competitive sets. Giving you immunity to sound moves like Pixelate Hyper Voice and opposing Kommo-O's clanging scales, it's very important. With this set, we're running a timid nature if you want the speed, or a modest nature if you're not worried about it. You do need to check your speed tiers and see what you're trying to outspeed, both neutrally and at +1 after the Omni boost. We are going to run 0 IVs in attack, 252 special attack, 252 speed, and 4 HP. This is a sweeper set. Our first move is going to be Clanging Scales. This is required in order to use Clangorous Soul Blaze, and it's also a good choice for a Dragon Stab move. While it does drop your defenses after using it, reducing your bulk, you are getting a defense boost from the Clangorous Soul Blaze, so it's not that big of a deal. Flash Cannon is great coverage, combined with Flamethrower. This will cover a great deal of the meta in singles. And finally, we are running Focus Blast as our only option for special stab fighting. It's a big risk, and I always miss Focus Blast myself, but if you can hit it, it takes out a lot of things that otherwise Kommo-O would not be able to OHKO. Next up, we're going to be running singles Dragon Dance Kommo-O, taking advantage of those move tutor moves. You can run this with either Fightinium Z for a boosted fighting type attack that won't drop your defenses, or with a Life Orb for more power consistently across your sweep. And for the nature, we have two choices. Adamant is for if you're not worried about Pheromosa. If you don't think you're going to be running into many Pheromosa, you can run Adamant Nature for the extra power. If you think Pheromosa is going to be showing up, you can run it Jolly, and at +1 you will then outspeed Pheromosa. Either way, this is going to outspeed Mega T-Tar at neutral, and it's also going to outspeed Mega Lopunny at +1. Dragon Dance is obviously there to boost that speed and attack. We have Dragon Claw for some stab damage. It's a good choice for a physical dragon attack. We've got Close Combat here, especially good with the Fightinium Z. This is one of the moves it learned off of move tutors in this gen. If you want to, feel free to replace that with Drain Punch if you want more staying power, but I think Close Combat is by far the better choice. It picks up some really important one-hit KOs. Finally, we have Poison Jab to deal with those fairies. Fairies are going to be a big issue even with this set. While Soundproof does provide us protection from some of the key fairies in the game, like a Sylveon Hyper Voice or a Mega Gardevoir Hyper Voice, it doesn't protect us from all other fairies using Moonblast or Dazzling Gleam, making this fairy coverage very important. Moving on to VGC, I wish I had better news for you guys, but I have only come up with one viable set in VGC. It's a real problem. This is VGC Kommomium Z Special Attack. It is all about getting that boost and then doing as much damage with spread move Clanging Scales and the coverage moves that you have as possible before Kommo-O gets focused down by your opponent. We are running a modest nature, which is important because at +1 you will outspeed Tapu Koko, Mega Gengar, and Naganadel if you run 228 speed modest. This is super important to outspeed these mons, as a lot of those mons can take out Kommo-O incredibly quickly. We're going to be running Clanging Scales again. This is to activate our Kommomium Z. You cannot use it without Clanging Scales, but it's also great because it's a spread dragon move that hits both of your opposing Pokemon, which is very, very good in VGC. We're running Flash Cannon, Flamethrower, and Focus Blast as coverage. I would recommend replacing either Flash Cannon or Focus Blast with Protect if you want Protect on the set. Focus Blast obviously replaceable because of its inaccuracy, but also super important for taking out Stack Attacker, so I have found myself replacing that with Protect a lot because I am very, very wary of moves with 70% accuracy. But recently I have never found myself clicking Flash Cannon while using this set, leaving me incredibly tempted of switching Focus Blast back into the set and replacing Flash Cannon with Protect instead. I'm afraid I couldn't come up with any other sets for VGC that were viable. If you've got a good idea for a VGC set for Kommo-O, I would love to see it down below because I am stumped. For partners for Kommo-O, the first thing you want is some form of redirection. I made a Stack Attacker guide where I talked about a support Stack Attacker with Wide Guard and Ally Swap, and that Stack Attacker works great with this Kommo-O. You can lead off with it and the Kommo-O, and if you see an opposing fairy that might Dazzle and Gleam, you click Wide Guard while getting your Clangorous Soul Blaze off, and if you don't see a fairy, you want to click Ally Switch to redirect attacks into the incredibly bulky Stack Attacker, allowing your Kommo-O to get the boosts, because Kommo-O's most vulnerable point is before he gets those boosts. Other options for redirection are things like Clefable with Follow Me or Amoonguss with Rage Powder, both incredibly effective ways of protecting your Kommo-O turn 1, but they do lack the Wide Guard, so if you eat a Dazzle and Gleam, you are going to lose your Kommo-O turn 1 every single time. Other great options that I have found work really well with Kommo-O, especially after he gets his boosts, are Landorus T, which works with everything in this meta, as I have said many, many times. Intimidate, Assault Vest Landorus T is coming to be my favorite Pokemon in this VGC meta. It really does put in obscene amounts of work. And Tapu Koko, who I have found partners surprisingly well with Kommo-O. Kommo-O fails to pick up KOs while doing 80 to 90% damage a lot of the time in this VGC meta. Tapu Koko is a very, very fast Pokemon which can easily finish off the opponents who are going to survive your clanging scales at +1 before they get a chance to attack. So I find that Tapu Koko or maybe even Pheromosa would be great choices here, although I do prefer Tapu Koko just for that Dazzling Gleam for the spread move to match up with Kommo-O's spread move. Finally, we've got our free-for-all sets. As always, I like to have a lot more fun with my free-for-all sets, so our first free-for-all set is going to be a Belly Drum Kommo-O with a Citrus Berry. Yes, Kommo-O gets Belly Drum, and we're going to be running him soundproof here just because of sneaky people like me who like to run Perish Song and other sound moves in free-for-alls. Belly Drum with a Citrus Berry will get him back up to 75% health after getting to +6 attack. Earthquake will spam everybody out with a sky-high attack stat after the boost, and Dragon Claw is your single target and your stab, and it also takes out anybody who happens to be immune to Earthquake. Protect is a very, very important move on any Belly Drum set, because you need to make your opponents think that you're protecting when you're actually attacking, or you're going to get focused down and destroyed. Our next set for free-for-alls is an incredibly trolley set. We're running Aguav Berry with an Impish Nature, Bulletproof, Max HP, Max Defense, as bulky as physically possible. And the point of this set is that we hope that people see Kommo-O, see him as a threat, and decide to hit him. We're running Bide, and we're going to take 3 hits and then unleash all of that power on one poor unsuspecting enemy who's then going to get obliterated. At that point, we're probably low on health even after eating our Aguav Berry, and we're going to be able to endeavor people super low, and just in case people use this Kommo-O set as an excuse to set up and an opportunity to set up, we are running Roar to send them off the field and lose all of their boosts. Final move is going to be Protect, just to keep us alive that little bit longer and stall out the free-for-all, because it is important that Protect in free-for-alls isn't purely defensive. It keeps you safe while your opponents destroy each other, which is very important. Thank you so much for watching this video, guys. I hope it helped you make a competitive Kommo-O. If you have any suggestions, I would really appreciate them down below, as this mon was one that I struggled a lot more to come up with competitive sets for. So please do let me know all of your sets down below in the comments, and also let me know which Pokemon you'd like to see next in this series. If you've been enjoying the series, please do check out my other guides. They will be linked on the screen at the end of this, but they should also be in the sidebar, and you can click my channel, subscribe, and like this video to help me out. I hope you guys have a fantastic day, and I'll see you guys next time. Alright then, guys, that's the end of the video. If you enjoyed it, you can click up here to see more videos of this type on my channel. If you want to check out something else a little bit different, then you can click down here. And if you want to see everything that I upload, you can click the subscribe button right here.